their final regular season. We begin with Jade Moran. Jade would like to recognize her advisor and math teacher, Kendrick Hughes. Jade writes, Mrs. Yu has always been someone I can go to, and she will always be honest. I couldn't imagine high school without the best advisor I could have asked for. Jade will now be accompanied on the court by her parents, James and Denise Graham, and her siblings, Jack and Yule.
Have to learn more.
Her favorite memory was playing sports with her friends and winning state.
Right now.
Jade plans to attend the University of Maine at Oregon to study business. Lucy Gray. Lucy would like to recognize her advisor and teacher, Mr. Jared Richmond. Lucy writes, my advisor, Mr. Richmond, has been a great mentor for the past 4 years. I'm lucky to have had him as both an advisor and teacher. He is always there for me and gives good advice. Lucy will now be joined by her mom and dad, as well as her cousin. Her favorite memory was winning softball states 3 years in a row. In the fall, Lucy plans to attend a 4-year college to study nursing. Tori Tibbetts. Recognize her teacher, Miss Phyllis McDonough, who unfortunately is unable to attend tonight's game. Tori writes, Miss McDonough has always greeted me in the hallways with her signs, motivating me to be a strong, independent woman, and leaves a lasting impact on my confidence and self-worth. Ms. McDonough is the strongest person I know. Tori would also like to thank her dad, Josh Tibbetts, mom, Sarah Turgeon, and siblings, Tanley, Tenny, and Carter. Fondest memory is winning the basketball regionals last year, and she plans to attend the University of Maine at Oregon to study forestry.
Our next senior is Marie Benoit. Marie would like to recognize her advisor and teacher, Mr. Connor Dumont. Marie writes, I was lucky enough to have Mr. Dumont for all 4 years of math and advisory. He has made a positive impact on my time at Pauldale because he is always willing to help with anything I need, and has always been there for me. Marie would also like to thank her parents Nate and Nicole Benoit and her sister Rita. Her favorite high school memory is playing sports with her friends. In the fall, she will attend the University of Southern Maine, where she will major in marketing and continue to play soccer. There you go. I've done my part.
Oh, you're not worried about me. You're not doing a 15-minute pregame. No.
I should have, yes. And the time.
And lastly, we would also like to recognize our senior manager, Madison Wicks, and thank you for all her. Please join me one more time in congratulating this year's senior basketball players. And we would also like to thank Monmouth for attending our senior ceremony this evening.
Monmouth Academy. Monmouth Academy. RSAT.
Right.
Swear.
Oh, she was thinking, someone's gonna boo? Well, she's got about 75 former students here.
Any Aldale grads in the building?
There we go.
Yep.
They're not yet. Probably.
That's
Right.
Huh? Probably. I'll start the 8-minute pregame. Something like that.
All right, I'm gonna go to the concessions real quick.
Yeah.
Get my dinner because
Talked about. Nice. Well, I left here, did my podcast. I do my weekly podcast. Back here for this and then.
Yep.
Yeah. 30. So if I
Oh, they do.
minutes.
Bunch of killing in the name. All right, cool. Not here. Josh Underwood. Justin Underwood. So it's not very cold. Yeah, it may not. Yep. 8:30. Yeah. They're number one. They're in the late game. So if they win that late game, I would expect so. I'd be almost certainly. What's that? Yeah, she's got 25 now, right? Yeah. Yeah. No. Kobe, I don't know what they think of your team. Right, anything that'll not ideal. Yes, toss it up. Toss it up. I know it was a whole road thing, so they switched on that. Oh, no. That's over. Yeah. Volume test. I'm not hearing myself. Not very loud. I hear you. Any way to turn up louder in our ears or no? Probably is, actually, yeah. Yep. Okay. Check. It's okay. I'll hear you. I'll do this. That works fine. Yeah. Talk a little bit. You can tell.
Good evening. Welcome to the Penny Canadian in Burlingdale. My name is Dr. Bell. I'm Rob Kennedy. Here at the broadcast between the Honda Mustangs and your Halldale Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are coming here 14-3. The Mustangs record
10-7 on the season for the Mustangs, and this game's got a lot to do with seeding and positioning overall when it comes to who's going to be where as far as the postseason is concerned. And both these teams playing their final games here tonight. It's hard to believe how fast the season's gone.
Yeah, it is. The Bulldogs are 6-3 in the MVC, and they're undefeated in the cross conference play. They reached the sectioner last year. They made it all the way to the state championship game. Lost to Dexter, 46-48. They graduated 4 players last year in a 100-point scorer in Medora.
Yeah.
He's now playing at St. Joseph's College. I'm not turning over to Bob Kennedy. He will give some history on these teams. Play.
And when you talk to tournament play overall, it's, these teams, they have won a bunch of championships overall recently. You look at Monmouth, they were champs in 2017 and 2018, knocked out Fulton that year, 56-50. Then it was Halldale's turn, winning the state championship in 2022. Then getting back there again, Duncan, as you mentioned last year, being knocked off by Dexter. All these teams have designs on doing very well in the postseason. For the Bulldogs, one of the things this game needs to them, if they win this game tonight, they'll almost certainly be the number 1 seed in Class C South, which is exactly where they want to be going into the tournament.
And they'll take it to the PC game on Saturday. It looks like it's 12:30 now in Lewiston.
Yeah, they always play at Lewiston over the last few years, and I'm not surprised they moved a little earlier on a Saturday. Actually, a pretty good time for a game on Saturday, too. Spruce Mountain will be their opponent in that game if the Bulldogs do win that tonight. That's the two teams that have battled each other for the last 3 seasons. So wouldn't be any surprise if it's Halldale and Spruce Mountain on the girls' side playing for the MVC title at Lewiston High School on Saturday.
These two teams played each other 9 days ago. It was a 49-39 victory for the Bulldogs. It was played at Monmouth Academy. Lori Rowe is the Bulldogs head coach for his 2nd year, and both the Mustangs head coach is Keith Roseby, 13 years previously at Escalonski, before winning the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's a gold ball over there at Messalonski as well. So he's plenty versed as far as what it takes to build a team and bring it to the tournament and have some success. So two very good coaches who've had success as far as making playoff runs. The Monmouth Academy team, a little bit younger than Halldale. The Bulldogs graduating 4 seniors playing their last game on this floor here tonight. If you look down the roster at Monmouth Academy, you're looking at a couple of seniors. Riley Chase is a senior. Taryn Kelleher is a senior. And that's pretty much it overall as far as upper class of this Monmouth team. So a little younger on the side of the Mustangs. But they do have some talent out there, especially Caitlin Frost. Halldale knows very well about her. She scored 14 points against the Bulldogs when they met about 10 days ago.
I do want to add this too, that the last time that Monmouth made it to the state championship, 20, yeah. Scott Green was the coach. Along with Ed Spencer, who won another football and the coach for the Bulldogs.
And Spencer came over after a couple of years at Monmouth Academy. He's kind of around good basketball teams in the area. And yeah, he jumped right over to Halldale. Was part of that championship team a couple of years ago with the Bulldogs staying all the way.
Bulldogs, I think, had 9 or 10 seniors that year, too.
Yeah, they were a very experienced team overall. And of course, they also had some underclassmen too. KJ Green also played a major role in that team. He already mentioned it. Yeah. Game's up on the wall with her 1,103 points all told, now playing at St. Joe's. But KJ Greenhall is a very good player too. Now playing at St. Lawrence University up in way upstate New York too. So there were some talented players in that team.
A couple of minority teams down in St. Joe's. Doesn't give much playing time, but there's pretty talented teams out there down there. Coach Mike McDevitt.
It's difficult to walk into a good college team, whether it's Division I level, Division II, Division III. It doesn't really matter all that
For
much.
starters,
Coming in as a
back
freshman, it's difficult to crack lineups, and I think it's a good experience for both Hayden and KJ at their respective schools to kind of come in and have to up their game a bit. You know, Hayden especially really dominated quite a bit here at the high school level. KJ at times did too. It's a new step for them to be playing up at that really additional level in Division III. That's going to take some adjustment and growing pains, but I'm sure they'll both be better ball players because of that over the next 4 years.
In the Bulldogs, you have some players. Jose Rosa, want to play soccer. Jack Hilton wants to play soccer at CM next year. He's a starter for Boys versus team. And Marie Benoit is going to play soccer, committed actually to
Southern Maine, I believe.
Southern Maine, yeah.
To be a Husky, and I know that Central Maine program very, very well. In fact, the broadcasts that are done on Munson Media, I get to spend a lot of time around those teams. I think Jackson Olson could be a very good fit for the Mustangs, especially when they graduated a lot of seniors who scored goals. So you look at a guy like Jackson coming in and scoring goals, another guy who played at a level above high school coming out of this Halldale program. In his case,
big
it's soccer.
part of his Bulldog success this season.
Without
Even for the first time in his high school career, spoken today, it meant a lot to him. So, we will now turn it over to Mr. Connor Dumont for the introduction, so we won't get this game underway.
Good evening and welcome to Holiday. For this part of the regular season, final between the visitors and Mustangs. Holiday. Number 4, a lot of the athletes, coaches, and team playing tonight. Respectfully ask everyone in attendance to keep respect of the real meaning of high school interscholastic competition and demonstrate respectful behavior and sportsmanship throughout the entire game. Well, let's meet the non-starters. Coached by heroes, Holly Bunny and Lane. Number 1, Harry. Number 11, Number 20, Peyton McDonald. Number 21, Nora Legante. Number 23, Eliza Armandi. And number 30, Cody Sherwood. And now, the non-starters for Holiday, coached by Lori Rhodes, by Kristen Gordon and Olivia Ford. Number 3, Jennifer Pirelli. Number 4, Sophia Burke. Number 5, Isabel Tingle. Number 11, Maya Taylor. Number 12, Gabby Russell. Number 25, Alana Badger. And number 33, Alexis Bigberg. And now, introducing the starters for both teams. For everyone, the junior, number 2, Ethan Cross. All in, at guard, the junior, number 15, Sierra Gibbons. For the Mustangs, at guard, the senior, number 3, Ryan Chase. For the Bulldogs, at guard, the senior, number 10, Corey Timmons. For London, at guard, the senior, number 10, Taryn Tellenberg. For Halldale, at guard, the senior, number 20, Lucy Gray. For the Mustangs, Matt Ford, a junior, number 25, Nate Perkins. For Holiday, Matt Ford, a senior, number 22, Marie Benoit. And for London, Matt Carr, a sophomore, number 5, Lillian Gillespie. And for the Bulldogs, at center, a senior, number 21, Dean Graham. Athletic training services are provided by Jill Pascal. Officials tonight are Mr. Lambert, Mr. Underwood, and Mr. Scott. And now, you all rise for the singing of the national anthem by Halldale's own Abby Dyer.
Oh, say, see, turn right, what's so great at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and white stars roll us white o'er the roads we watched were so densely streaming. And was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er
A beautiful rendition of the national anthem right there. I hauled in sophomore, Abby Dyer.
Yeah, she rocked that.
Yeah.
Absolutely knocked it out of the park. This will be a fun game tonight. I think the big thing for Monmouth Academy, don't get in a hole early. Halldale's not an easy team to play from behind, so stick with them, stay out of foul trouble, see if they can work on potentially some of the Halldale players, especially a player such as Sierra Gibbons, who can tend to get some early fouls. If you can do that, got a chance to hang with Halldale and knock them off here on the road. It's only a 10-point game last time, so Monmouth has to come in feeling some confidence here tonight.
The thing that strikes me, the Bulldogs, is Corey Tibbetts, 10 rebounds and 20 points.
Yeah.
Against the Mustangs and against the Bulldogs of Madison last week.
That Madison game too, I watched that on the Madison stream. It was about the best I've seen Halldale play all season long. If they're coming into their best form right now, that's perfect timing.
How did I get the tip? Was it from Benoit? Oh, Benoit, how much is that? First, Tibbetts gets the put back and pushes it for two. And he gets the end one called.
Lillian Plesky guilty of the foul in that situation was just tenacity. And that's one thing, again, Tibbetts not the biggest player out there, but she's great as far as finding the ball.
Corey Tibbetts misses it. Kelly with it. Pass from the first Chase. Hits by Benoit. It will be Mustang ball under the basket. On number 3, Riley Chase. And then takes it out. Gets the ball and number 2 kid Frost. Frost, number 25, Dave Burgess. Burgess is denied by Graham. Well, Benoit. Good hit. Frost with the ball now.
Took a great block by Plesky. She got picked a foul last time. That time timed it perfectly.
Yeah. Gibbons. Turned over. Burgess. Chase. Keller, plays back Keller. Cross. Chase. So Burgess made that one. 2-2.
I like what Monmouth did there too. They're patient. They didn't try to rush in through and force a bad pass. Look for a good outside shot. That's one that made Burgess was simply buried. Just saw right there.
Graham. No. Rebound by Troy Tibbetts. Passes to Graham inside. Graham's denied. Graham gets called to the push. That's her first.
Great play by Mae Burgess as well as far as challenging Jay Graham there. As Graham's got the height and the size on her, but Burgess very quick, alert to the ball and came up with the basketball and got possession back.
Chase. Burgess. Burgess for three.
I think that's a long two. I think their foot was just on the line, and the referee right there saw that as well. So just a two. Great shot.
Alicia Graham. To Troy Tibbetts. To Gibbon. Alicia Graham again. To Benoit. Benoit. Defended by Keller. Graham. Misses the pass to Benoit, but Gray on the other side of it. Rebounded by the Mustang. Cross. They're looking to push to number 3, right? Chase. No good. Rebounded by Troy Tibbetts.
Great hustle back by Gibbons too to make sure there was defense there.
Yes. And Gibbons just mentioned, she tried, he didn't get it. Cross the ball now. Cross. Loses the ball. Chase. Oh! High yard from 3 off the glass. Coach play. Told you 30-second timeout.
And it's a good 30-second timeout to call here, too, when you're down 5 points. And I mentioned one of the keys to the game for Monmouth Academy. Come in with confidence, don't dig themselves a hole. They haven't done that. They have a 5-point lead, hustling, hit the shot outside. Keller kissed that off the glass for 3. And right now, I'd say the Mustangs really feeling good about how starting.
Bobby mentioned it. I think you don't want to give them money. You know, that's fine. Finish this game could take them out of the NBC championship and possibly lose number 1 seed to a team like Winthrop, who is very good as well.
I think it'll be more Karabeck that's the threat to take the number 1 seed. I think the last time I looked, they were the ones who are more likely. I think it's even if they lose this game, Pauldale, it's going to take a lot of results going the other way for Halldale not to be number 1. If they want to win this game, it's a rivalry game. The MVCs, of course, play your best basketball going into the tournament.
Made Burgess hold on the hold.
That's just that one thing that Tori Tibbetts does. She never gives up on the basketball. You saw her there, first rebound, second rebound, third rebound. You got to box her out, or she'll just keep going after the ball, and more often than not, get it.
Get the ball and get it. Does. No. Cross. Chase.
Oh,
Tibbetts tried to send the ball. Unsuccessful.
Great hustle, though. Great hustle, though.
Yeah, great hustle. Yeah, especially. Tibbetts is one of those people that you don't want to get a physical with on the floor.
No, you don't.
He's a menace.
That's a good word.
Burgess. Puts it up. Hits the ball that puts the Mustangs up by 7. 4:06 left. Gibbon. To Benoit. Benoit. Working inside. 50 to go.
Great step, too. Didn't travel, didn't lift the pivot foot. Excellent work to move around and do that legally.
Keller tried to get it ahead to Chase. Unsuccessful. All right. Comes out. Bulldogs possession. number 20, Peyton McDonald comes in for number 10, Terry Keller.
Keller hit that big three off the glass too, so it was our first substitution in the game.
Gibbons, Benoit. Benoit for Lucy Gray. I mean, Lucy Gray goes for 3. No. Benoit. For 3 right.
Player control foul though on Halsey.
I didn't see that.
That's on Benoit. Lucy Gray mentioned those threes. She had a
Yeah.
very good night shooting long range against Madison. Hit 2 threes in that game.
Yeah. Had 11 in that game total.
Yeah.
Caitlin Frost scores the 2. Gibbons. Graham. High post. Corey Tibbetts inside. Corey gets fouled. Gets the night call. Corey got Tibbetts on that time was defended by Plesky, sophomore.
I think it was body contact there. It looked like, and Caitlin Frost seemed surprised to hear the whistle. I think she originally thought it might have been on her. But she did get some ball. It didn't make any difference, though, as Tori Tibbetts, so strong, went up and buried it anyway.
And Tibbetts gets the 3-point play to call. Benoit guards Frost. Full court. Frost. So number 25, Burgess. Down. Picked up by number 20, McDonald. Retaining for Keller, as I mentioned before. Graham. Gray. Benoit. Ball now. Fouls on Monmouth. Peyton McDonald, her first. Hammond's coming in for the Bulldogs. Gibbons exits.
That's the 4th foul on Monmouth Academy in this quarter as well.
Cade Graham. To go. Bulldogs are down 5. Now going down 2. 9-11. 2:21 left here in the first quarter. McDonald. Right. Puts it up one-handed. Rebound by Jade Graham.
Big first step on McDonald there. Unlucky to not catch that one in. That's the move she wants to make, though.
Caitlin Frost called for the block, meaning Corey Tibbetts will go to the line for 2, trying to tie the game. I'm sorry, it's Marie Benoit on the line. Benoit, this is the second one.
Aldo's been hot cold when it comes to free throw shootings in the games that I've seen. I think that's one thing you want to come in again, going in hot into the tournament, because that could decide games down the stretch.
You know, this is the tournament, but also NBCs.
Oh, yeah.
Chase. Sergeant, Tibbetts. Burgess. 2.
It's main shot, those 12-footers. She's very, very good from that distance. You leave her alone, she'll kill you.
Grab. Hammond. Jade Graham. Back to Benoit. Benoit working on 3. Among the defenders. Lucy Gray. 12-2. 13-12.
Long-range shooting from Lucy Gray. That's what she's very good at. Near the arc, behind the arc. That time just in front of the arc.
Yeah. Keller. No, sorry. McDonald. Burgess.
Hold.
A parody. Chase. Frost. Looking. Ball flipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was Tibbetts. That's a tough spot for any player to be in. In that case, it was Riley Chase. And trying to be between those 2 defenders, especially as good a defender as Tibbetts is, hard order. But got the ball back, didn't lose it. Still possession for the Mustangs.
Number 10, Keller. Number 11, Gillespie entered the game. I didn't catch who came out, but either way, it's going to be a long night for the Bulldogs if they can't get their act together here. Oh, Troy Tibbetts. Guards Kelly. Greg, goes on cross. Damon stiffs it. Damon strikes him down with it. He can get his hands around it in time.
It's just time to jump in that situation. She got put off by the ball bouncing off the rim. It happens.
Burgess. Keller. Another one. Nope. Keller tried the first. Got the first one. Then I might as well try this again. Was not successful. Graham with it now. Graham drives. Gibbons outside. Gibbons travels.
Too bad she hit the shot too. Nice, pretty little jumper, but they're crossed up, I think, as far as what she was going to do there. When you try to do two things at once, usually it results in either travel or double dribble. That time of travel, she hadn't started the dribble in the first place.
Cross.
Okay,
Got it by Graham.
last shot here, I would think, for the Mustangs. They shouldn't rush.
Burgess. Brings the ball up. Set. Got it by Graham. Burgess. And Hammond saw the clock was winding down. They got it off, but didn't make it. Unsuccessful. 12-13. First quarter in the books here in Farmingdale.
Besides the reality that Monmouth Academy is a 1-point lead, I think that Coach Sarosi was probably the happier of the two coaches after the first 8 minutes of basketball. Halldale coming back a bit. They weren't sloppy overall. They hit some shots, but the Monmouth Academy team has really battled them, and I think that potentially Halldale wasn't expecting to get such a dogfight right out of the gate for this Mustangs team. This is a talented Mustangs team that's young. They've grown throughout the course of the year, and I think that's one of those teams that you watch out as they get better every single game. And they might be a team that, if they can win their prelim game, no one's going to want to see after you get the Civic Zone. Have sleeper, absolutely. That's the word for it.
Another thing I forgot to mention, in 2018, when the Mustangs did win the gold ball, they I'm at Tia Day.
Yes.
They actually had Day in both of those, right?
Yes, they did. Tia Day was a tremendous player. Number 3, and she was good at everything. A small player, real good speed. A lot like Tori Tibbetts, though. Nose for the basketball, could hit from anywhere on the floor.
And she's what 1,000 minutes.
She scored 1,000 points, so won a couple of gold balls. And last I knew was involved in athletics and coaching. Was coaching for a little bit at Central Maine Community College, much of she still is. She was over there for a bit.
She's there. She's also at
Bates.
yes, Bates. But she's also coaching Monmouth Middle School boys.
Okay,
Last time I knew. Her dad's the head coach. She's the assistant. Cecile Gibbons. From Bedoin. Guard by Frost. Frost. Sorry, and that's Gibbons. Want to find Russell. No. Hammond. Big step. Gives the Bulldog. Second lead the game.
Maya Hammond's confidence has just grown so much over the course of the season. It was a great shot for her to take.
The Bulldogs have a late addition this year. If you think I'm joining them. Turn Tibbetts inside. Oh, Lord.
Heard that pass for Sierra Gibbons, too. That was not an easy pass. Several defenders are in her way. She found a way to thread the needle. After that, an easy bucket for Tori Tibbetts, but a great pass to set her up.
Don't miss your chance to purchase your cause.
I think whatever.
The ticket call will take place at again, deposit $1 you can take vote $250.
Oh, they put. They must have talked about something. What's not working here? Here's better. And I don't know if that was me. my position, I wouldn't be mad and I wouldn't be happy. I'd be kind of upset that we played the way we did. But
Yeah, I mean, well, it was only a 2 point gap. A lot of time left. And you just gotta get the nerves relaxed. So that might have been what she did.
I mean, what we given that shot was bottom. They just blocks that.
I don't know if she knew much about that foul. She's in one of those situations being in the wrong place for the wrong time, but she certainly impeded Sierra Gibbons, so that call had to be made. And that's 2 now on Burgess.
I think had Gibbons gone into it, it would have been more offensive. But anyway, Gibbons and Benoit. Gabby Russell was freshman. Sierra Gibbons. Rebound by Tori Tibbetts. Chase. Senior. Tori Tibbetts set up for the push on that one. That would be her. Give her first. Just first.
One on each team now in the second quarter.
Chase to inbound for the Mustang. Gets it in to Burgess. Chase. Oh.
Oh,
Thought she had somebody. Didn't and ended up throwing that ball away.
she had Marie Benoit. That was the only person who was there, and Benoit did get one hand on that. So stay with the Mustangs. Even small deal defense out of that zone, tough one to crack.
Chase. Inbounding. Finds. Thought she had frost. But it's now Mustang inbound. Oh, once again.
Benoit's been everywhere defensively in this possession.
Keller. Chase. Big Graham.
Great play by Gabby Russell defensively, and just getting inside on Alldale has been very difficult to do.
Gabby Russell gets first 2 points in the game.
What a great pass to set up. That got Lucy Gray with the distribution. Excellent work by Halldale finding the open player.
And Russell, just a freshman.
Yeah.
He only has, Coach only has 3 of them on his roster. Oh, Lucy Gray. 53. No good. And leave it on. No. Basketball now.
Great
Right
block.
by the boy. Pass intended for Addison Bowden. That was not called.
March checking in now. We've got Riley Chase. And Lillian Plesky is back in for Monmouth Academy. Tori Tippett's got a break. She's re-entered the game for Halldale.
Oh, Lucy Gray. Very Tibbetts. My hand. I'm sorry. So Sophia Merch. Merch is long from deep from about 3 steps inside the arc of our 3-point arc.
It's missed the shot, but it's a shot I think she should be very confident taking, because that is her range. And I've seen her hit those. So open look, take the opportunity, keep shooting. That's what shooters do.
Riley Chase. King Frost.
Oh,
Billy Tibbetts. From not in my house. She deflected the ball away from the person taking the layup.
yeah, you look at this Halldale team. Again, you don't see a ton of height, but it doesn't matter because the athleticism and size of a player like Tibbetts.
Jay Graham. Tried to get the rebound. Frost with the ball now. Chase. Gets no.
The Bulldogs aren't going to like that call, but I went against Halldale. Thought maybe Riley Chase would come out of
Something I
control, but
noted, just looking at the score, Bulldogs have came out on a run of they've held the Bulldogs to nothing.
they were down by 9 points at one point, as you mentioned, and up by 5. It's a 14-point swing.
Chase makes her second one. Puts the Mustangs down by 4 now. And Lucy Gray giving instructions to her offense. Corey Tibbet. And Lucy Gray for 3. Good chance. 21-14. Puts the Bulldogs back up by 7.
Not a player you want to leave alone.
No, it's not. A lot of people said that about Hayden Medor last year. Killer. Long 3.
She buried that first one. That she's had the confidence to shoot since then. But when you're down 7 points, I think you may want to start looking for a more high percentage shots now. If you're the Mustangs, it's the one curse you do have to get a full shot.
Maybe driving some fouls.
Yeah, potentially. Haldale's done well staying out of foul trouble though.
Gabe Graham.
Uh,
The big thing that hurt the Bulldogs early on the season was the fact that they didn't have Graham or Tibbetts for a lot of the games. Didn't have them for either of them from the America.
no,
It's still kind of nice. That's a game that you did.
I was there at that game, and again, Haldale had to play well. It was a really good game for Sierra Gibbons in that contest. She really led the team.
Frost fouled Benoit his second.
Team's third.
Team's third, yeah.
Like what I saw on Mae Burgess down at the other end too. That before Haldale did eventually score, she made a very nice block on a tough player to defend against. And that's Jay Graham.
Frost brings the ball in and out.
3 foul shots, 2 have rolled around the rim. She hit the other one, but geez, those are ones you hate to not see go in when you're shooting because you're that close.
The boys on the boys' side, we've had a lot of those too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. To Benoit. And then Lucy Graham. Inside the Graham. Graham works on McDonald.
Yeah, it's a mismatch down low. McDonald's doing her best, but Jay Graham just has the size advantage.
Chase. To McDonald. To Frost. Oh, Chase just giving.
I was just panicked a little bit when she lost
Yeah.
the ball and was just trying to check it to somebody, hopefully in a maroon jersey, and it didn't work out that way for her.
Lucy Graham. On the field. 2-3 zone. And then Sierra Gibbons. Not quite out. It's going to the hand. Ended up going back off the Mustangs. Number 20. Cade McDonald. Lucy Grant. So Sierra Gibbons. Back to Grant. Hammond. And Lucy Grant. For 3. No. Knocked out by the Mustang.
I don't mind seeing Maya Hammonds take that shot. Just it's one of the things, again, I mentioned her confidence growing over the course of the year. As that continues to develop, I think that's a shot she'll let fly because she did have a good look.
No. Yeah, she had a good look. Had a very good look. Actually, no one was on it. So,
And all kinds comes with confidence, and the more reps you get, the more games you play, the more you develop that.
yeah.
And she's been doing that quite a bit over the course of the year as a game's seen.
Yeah, Kate Frost. So number 25 made Burgess. Going with the ball now, defended by Gray. Burgess. Here's the ball with Tony Tibbetts. Foul by number 20, Nate McDonald.
2 on the total. 4 on the Mustangs. The Bulldogs, if they pick up We'll draw another foul on the Mustangs and shoot for the next 2:02.
David gets a pass from Greg, lays it with the field.
They're doing well breaking that zone, and when they do inside, it's been just easy pickings for Torrey Tibbetts, who was so good that close.
Yes, and when I've been up here setting my equipment after school, I've seen them work on that press. That's some emphasis that Lori Rowe and the coaching staff here at Halldale want to figure out. Benoit drives, no. Troy Tibbetts.
Where's he come from? He didn't even see her there.
No, he didn't.
Just showed up out of nowhere to get that rebound and kiss it off the glass for two, and all of a sudden the Bulldogs have stretched out to a 15-point lead.
Coach Keith Durosby wants to call a timeout here. Mustang 60 timeout. 60-second timeout.
I haven't been able to hear him from here, but I bet that what he's talking about overall is that you can't let Halldale have multiple looks like that. When they're controlling it needs to be one and done, two and done. And when they're controlling the defensive glass, or excuse me, the offensive glass like that, it's just a recipe for disaster because they'll cash it in at some point.
And like you said, I'm seeing Tibbetts, it's like he spawned on a move the floor for a minute. You couldn't even like
a ghost, right? This kind of
yeah, she's
apparition that shows up out of
like
nowhere.
that sometimes.
Yeah, she can. I didn't see her there. All of a sudden, she had the basketball and 2 more points for the home team.
I don't know if she was hiding in the corner.
Watch the video later on to see where he came from.
Case loses. Sorry, Pileski loses that out of bounds.
Bowden back in the contest, number 11 for the Mustangs.
Asier did it. Murray Benoit. Benoit inside. Works on Frost. Gets it to do. And to go. Bulldog. By more than they won the game by last time.
Yeah, they found their stride here in the second quarter. They took over the game after a very strong first quarter from Monmouth.
Given has Benoit above ahead. Uses it. Good hustle. Burgess is the ball now.
Yeah, she came back and made that block. If we thought she was out of the play, she arrived and made a tremendous defensive play.
Up Westy. To Burgess. Go. Rebound by Merck. He's the smallest person out there, and yet gets the rebound.
A lot like a young Torrey Tibbetts in that regard.
Yes.
Very good at getting
Yes.
to the basketball.
He'll get himself on that one. 10.7 seconds left here in Farmingdale. That was the last shot for Mustangs.
No doubt.
Riley Chase. No, that shot was taken by Addison Bowden. He misses that. I want to kind of explain our backgrounds in broadcasting.
Sure.
Rob?
Well, I mean, I've been at Halldale for quite some time. Started broadcasting when I was in college. That'd be 30 years ago, Duncan. 30 years ago. So I did that for a few years, got out of it for a while and came back, and about 20 years or so was broadcasting at Colby College, and that kind of took me to a bunch of places after that. I love broadcasting Maine high school sports, and of course I spent a lot of time at Dartmouth College broadcasting our hockey teams. Certainly a passion of mine to get this headset on and watch and discuss high school and college sports.
Yeah, this is my first year.
Yep.
I've been talking to Rob Munzing a lot.
He's a good guy to talk to.
Yeah, he started way back when.
Well, Rob Munzing was doing video broadcasting really before just about anybody. I mean, he had the program back at Gardner High School and was training people as far as video production. One of those people, and I was at a lot of alums in various places. Was alums. is a guy that I work for and will be working for again this year, Nick Godfrey, who is the producer for the main public broadcast network, Channel 10 PBS, and the high school basketball state finals coverage. And of course, he began to do live streaming of high school sports, Gardner High School, and then took that to all the entire area here at Halldale sometimes, and of course down at Central Maine Community College too. So we want to learn about broadcasting, whether it's the production side or the broadcasting side. I know you do both. Rob Munzing is one of those guys you really want to spend some time picking his brain because he's pretty much seen everything at this point.
And I've been, I started during the soccer season. I think my first game was a game that was like Monday game.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we put the girls quarterfinal game out here at Hall.
Once again, thank you
Then,
for Halldale.
then
Don't forget,
I did this game at all.
Yep.
For the most part. Some games I started but couldn't do because I was. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's something you learn to about broadcasting, and Rob Munzing says this sometimes too, because there's always an issue with streaming. The streaming stuff, he said, it always looks easy, but it's not.
No.
And you kind of get the feel as a broadcaster too, and you're learning as well that it's not always as easy as it looks or sounds. So, I think you're doing the right thing, Duncan, doing as many games as you possibly can, because it's all about practice and doing it over and over again until you kind of find your style and what you do, what you like, and what you don't like about your broadcast. So that's what I love having somebody here at Halldale High School as a student who's willing to do some sports broadcasting. It's great.
It was funny when I first brought the idea up to Chris Ramsell. He's like, "That's a great idea. I wish we had more of those." Like when Alec and Ashton Abbott were Barrett and Ashton Abbott were here, but they was the class even?
No, we weren't even doing it at that point. So I know we did some games here with Munzing Media. I mean, I've gone back to maybe like 2010 or so that we started doing some broadcasts here. I know the 2013 season we had a few games. We're going back 10 or 11 years, but no, it's starting to become more and more common at schools too. And I've watched some video broadcasts around the state. Dexter High School has some student broadcasts, and they do a great job. Thornton Academy, I think, is the gold standard as far as the broadcasting programs. I've watched Nokomis and other ones too. And I think it's, with the technology, and you learn to pick up the production technology like really fast. So
I'm from Dewey Hernandez.
yeah, Mr. Hernandez knows, and yeah, so you basically, but to understand it as well, it's one thing to have someone show you. It's another to kind of pick it up yourself and do it well. And I think as we see more and more students get savvy to that technology or are interested in it, you'll see more and more students putting those broadcasts together at schools. And I think it's great to see it. I always love seeing young broadcasters, and heaven knows we need them in this state and elsewhere too. So, keep it up, keep doing it, and I think you'll really. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have over the course of my career, and continue to enjoy it.
And if my schedule allows for it next year, I'm hoping to do some camera work, both down in Gardner.
Yep.
And here at Halldale for Munzing's games.
Well, they're always looking for camera help.
I'll have my license by then.
Yep.
And I can just maybe leave practice a few minutes early, go down to Gardner for the games.
Throw a camera and a headset on, and watch the contest and keep up with the camera. Yeah, it's that would have you being basically doing all three phases of a broadcast: production, play-by-play, and camera work. Not at the same time. That'd be real difficult. But
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's not easy.
It's
Is
not
it?
easy.
No, I've tried to do that. I have a hard enough time doing camera and color. I'm just not used to it. So it's kind of fun to be in the camera for a change. That's not a role that I have played all that much. Monmouth Academy, some of the boys players have shown up. The Mustangs boys team, again, extremely good. Look at Class C on the boys side. We've talked about the girls a little bit. On the boys side, I mean, Mount Abram gets a lot of attention, but there's one team that beat them this year. And that was the Monmouth Mustangs. That's right. So the Class C boys tournament's going to be a lot of fun as well. And the girls tournament, I mean, you've got some teams like Madison, the Halldale game notwithstanding, and Halldale kind of thumped them pretty well up there, but Madison's a good team. It's going to be a really interesting Class C South tournament when it comes to the boys and the girls overall, because you've got some teams who can spring an upset, and those number one seeds, Halldale, Mount Abram, should not be comfortable at all going into the tournament. They'll have to bring their A game if they want to make deep runs.
I mean, going back to schools that have, like have streaming programs.
Yeah.
I was watching. It was like a Hoop Say, how Travis Lee does his
Yes.
Hoop Say, and I mean he he shouted out the yes the Thornton Academy people. They actually printed out a big poster paper, printed ESPN on that
Yeah.
on it.
They have that. And Thornton Academy, I mean, there's a couple of broadcasters that they have graduated that are now at some pretty good programs. Like Cole Purvis is right now down at he's at Syracuse, the Newhouse School. That's one of the most prestigious broadcasting schools in the country. Zach Tarenko is down at Quinnipiac, another one that's very good. So there's opportunities for kids who can broadcast and who get that practice to really have that take them someplace down the road.
Another graduate that sticks out to me when I think of um broadcasting is Jackson Leach.
Sure.
Jackson Leach, I know, was a big part in how you started this program here at Halldale.
So he's up at Farmington, but not for much longer. He's going to transfer.
He actually transferred.
Oh, he's already transferred. Okay.
Transferred.
I thought he was transferred at the end of the year, but I know he is going to be playing soccer for Trinity College, a very good NESCAC program down in Hartford, Connecticut. So that's a great move for him.
I think he was hoping for more than what Farmington gave him, but he was a 3-point sport athlete here. They actually did a segment on him for New Center Maine.
They did, yes. He was one of the athletes of the week. Yep, he was. And Trinity is just such an outstanding school. You know, it's in that league with Bowdoin and Colby and Bates. So
D3.
it's D3, but that NESCAC league, I've had the opportunity to watch a lot of NESCAC soccer programs over the years, and he's going to see a very good level of soccer playing in that NESCAC league. And I think he gets. I'm not sure he'll come in and start right away as a sophomore, but potentially, or junior rather. But potentially, we'll see how that goes for.
You mentioned that Rob Munzing does CM games. He's done a variety of UMA games too.
Yeah, he does the UMA games as well. I'm not as familiar with those programs because I'm pretty much sticking to CM as far as the games that I cover. But yeah, he's got those up and coming teams. Basketball has been established there, but they just started soccer in the last couple of years. And I don't think it will take them all that long to get very competitive.
Graduates have played there or are playing there currently.
Sammy Thornton was there. She was their captain. Aldo Nabi was there as well. He played for a year, and of course, TJ Wilson is playing in the basketball team too.
Talented basketball player.
Oh yeah,
From Gardner his junior year.
TJ, I said his senior year was the most electrifying player in the MVC, and I stand by that. We mentioned in the start of the game, getting a hole against Halldale was a tough place to play from, and
That's what they are.
that's where they're in right now. They did a great job with the first 8 minutes. Of course, they had the lead after 8 minutes, but Halldale just turned on the turbos in that second quarter. And now it's going to take I think you look at this, if you're a Monmouth Academy, you're not going to get all those 17 points back with one shot. You need to kind of nibble away at that, keep your eye off the scoreboard, just play your game, and start hoping to come back 2 points at a time.
Yeah. Ray inbounded and should be given. On the road with the ball now. Graham fakes the ball fake to Gray. Gives the ball to Gibbons. Gibbons, no. Gibbons came down with it. Or hiding down the baseline. Didn't think she'd get there though. I didn't think she'd get there though.
I don't think she stayed in bounds.
It didn't look like from our view up here, but
No doubt about that one. Justin Arnold was right there on the line. I was zooming in on Justin earlier. He was quite a ball player at Lawrence High School, and back '99 took the Bulldogs, he and his team, to the state finals. They lost the other Bulldogs down in Portland. That was a fun team to watch. Glad to see him on the court tonight.
yeah. Gillespie to Chase. Kelly. Hasn't hit many essentially. Maybe in the first quarter.
No, that was good ball movement by the Mustangs. That's the shot they wanted to look for. It didn't fall that time, but they should keep doing that. That
Gray
was
gets
exactly
ball.
the right call.
Gibbons. We're going with it now. No good. D-line by Jake Graham. Graham puts the ball for two. 23 to 14. There's 45 left.
He's just so strong on the board, Jake Graham. It's hard to get the ball away for him when he's got position like he just had.
They didn't lose much on the in the glass after last year because he had Coach Rowe had Graham. Aubrey Gilbert didn't play much. But she also had KJ Green on.
Yes.
Who's playing P3 up at St. Lawrence.
Aubrey Gilbert, I think, would have played more if he hadn't been kind of cursed with injuries.
Yeah, she got injured against Veronica from the soccer team.
Yeah.
And kind of written down from there. Yep. She's playing soccer down at USM.
She's at Southern Maine Community. I got to see her
Well, that's-
play for a few minutes when she played. She was hurt again when I saw her. She didn't play much in that game. Well, recovered at the end of the year, was getting starters minutes for the Seawolves.
Right, pivot. Pivot's outside, guarded by Gillespie. Sierra Gibbons. Gibbons finds Tibbet.
Oh.
Looks like Tibbet was behind Gillespie. Chase. Ran. Came down. Save. Amazing save. Inbound. Out of bounds. To inbounds. Taken away by Keller. Benoit had it for a minute, but then lost it to Keller, who's a very strong basketball player. A senior. Her sister, Sydney, was a very talented field hockey player.
Right,
Who for the Bulldogs in the co-op there for the Monmouth.
right.
Talked to Coach Ambrossi about that team. She said that's one of the funnest and talented group I have ever coached. She said,
They were a fun team to watch this year. That's Bulldogs soccer, field hockey team rather, and come a long way.
no field hockey. All three sports teams this spring.
Oh yeah.
Boys won states. Girls lost to NYA.
I think their field hockey team had one of their best finishes in the last decade.
Yeah, last century.
Well, it's
Last
and
dec-
maybe last decade for sure, maybe since 2000. But you go back that far, you start looking at some of the teams that Coach Vickers was coaching to regional titles and NBC titles. Coach Estes played for Coach Vickers, and that program's back.
That's one of the inspirations that Coach Jesse will have for our boys. How they
Well, he was certainly there during the time that team was
On
a
a-
team here at Alda High School.
rainy day on a rainy morning in set during well, here at 6:30. 9 million Peter, 1 million Dakotas this year. Which was give the man idea. We accomplished all we wanted to. Tori Tibbetts at the line. Bulldogs up by 20. Tori Tibbetts misses her is that a one shot?
Yes, he hit the basket, so it was one shot. And I like the work that the junior Caitlin Frost just did on Graham.
Yeah.
The only way you keep the ball against Jay Graham is you box her out, get body position, and she certainly did.
Burgess. Help tongue cross in the Mustangs. Wouldn't be on the court. Burgess to Frost. Frost working on Benoit. Benoit called for the foot.
A little too close for comfort there by Marie Benoit. Got the body contact there and picks up her third foul. So Maya Hamilton will come in.
In foul trouble.
Yeah.
For the Bulldogs here tonight.
I'll probably see her
Good
Gibbons.
team.
I'll probably see her Gibbons as well because she's someone who does have the capacity to get some early fouls. And last few games I've seen her play, she's really been disciplined. And the Bulldogs need her on the floor, so that
That's a
bodes
big-
very well for them.
Thing I talked to Lori Rowe about before the game was foul trouble. With the Bulldogs not being a very deep team, that's one thing that she's concerned about, especially against the Mustangs. Tibbetts gets back from Gray. Drives. Just to Gibbons. Gibbons. Well, it looked like she tipped that from here, but she didn't.
It was, I don't know who got the hand on that number 10, he knocks it away. Sophia Mertz back in now.
Mertz takes Gibbons' spot. Graham gets the ball to Tibbet. Then Lucy Gray shoots deep three. Misses. Rebounded by Caitlin Frost. Frost to Chase. Chase working on Gray, Graham. Gray and Graham on that one.
That was a great rebound by Burgess too, to split between both of those and score off the glass.
Yeah. I was able to go to the Monmouth game 10 days ago. I'm sorry, 9 days ago. But I was able to watch it. Nice. And there was some chippiness going on in between both teams.
Didn't see that much tonight though.
No. Graham makes it first. Burgess exits.
You got 4 fouls, that's why she has to come out.
Yes, she does. Something that popped up on me quickly. Graham. Very good. Oh, Lily Rose calls a 30-second timeout.
Start looking at putting more players in the game, or if she's just looking at things to work on. Again, when you have a 20-point lead, there's a couple of different ways you can approach it. And one of those things is, with 3:25 left in the third quarter, you keep the starters in a little bit longer and work on some things as you're heading toward the tournament and the MVC game, if this holds, of course, on Saturday. I think you can do is kind of say, all right, look, there's a time we can put some other players in, give them some experience. And I would think that's going to happen if the game stays like this sooner or later. Whether she does that right now remains to be seen. But I bet she's going to keep the starters in for a while, still work on some stuff, play their game. The big picture here is the tournament.
Check in yet?
No.
For the Bulldogs, but I envision it next quarter maybe. People like
Now 2 starters in the game out of 5. So
yeah. I certainly know what I'd do in this if I was in the role situation, but
I think I'd be doing the same thing Lori Rowe is. Keep a couple players in, give experience too, give some of your starters a rest.
Frost tried the deep three. No. Rebounded by. Now it's Gibbon. Merch.
Oh,
Not able to fall. Look at it. Like we mentioned, in there again, he is a menace on that offensive glass.
a total ball hawk. I mean, you just can't keep her away from the basketball.
Third, where that I would compare Corey to is Madeline Wagner. For the Ramblers.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Both scrappy, hustling players, great athleticism.
Yeah,
you know why? Exactly, that's the thing. I mean, we all know how good Madeline Wagner is when it comes to field hockey. Tori Tibbetts is up there as well. So there's that aggressiveness and that athleticism. It's a good comparison, Duncan.
Wagner is actually committed to some college in Massachusetts.
Yeah. I forget where she's going, but I saw she was committed as well.
Addison Bowden now with Chase. McDonald. Yeah, so although Lucas wanted backcourt violation.
There wasn't a backcourt. We could see it here pretty well. And what I liked about that is they came up to trap the Monmouth player and they passed out of it and set up a really good opportunity. It took a Tori Tibbetts block again, kind of coming out of nowhere to make a strong defensive play.
The college that Madeline Wagner is going to has a Hallville graduate there right now in the Carolyn Toro. Part of that,
Merrimack.
Yes, Merrimack. That's what it is.
You go to Merrimack, play D1 field on
Yeah.
for her.
But don't think we were all really surprised by that when we saw that she's going to Merrimack.
No, I mean, I kind of figured when you mentioned that she was going, I knew it was a Division One school. I just couldn't remember the right one. But yeah, Merrimack. I was just down there actually twice this year. Went to a football game, went to a hockey game. Was hoping that I could bump into Madeline at the football game, but a lot of people were there. I didn't see her. And the hockey game was when the students were on break. She was probably back here in Maine.
Yeah. You said Madeline.
Carol.
Yeah, Carolyn. Yeah.
Yep. Madeline's still here.
Yeah. She'll be here for another 2 years, another year and a half.
Yep.
Bird. Finds Hammond. Hammond gets the win. 41-17.
Again, another confident shot. Just got the basketball, saw she had the shot, had the open look, let her fly. I love that confidence, and I think she only developed that a little bit during soccer because she was someone who was moved to play a position she hadn't played much before. She was a forward, moved to play fullback, and really took to that sweeper/stopper role. And I think the success there, it's that the confidence is contagious, and that success has really carried over and helped her confidence in basketball season.
The Bulldogs had a lot of success on their first year coach in Tatum Hancock this year, who actually played in a very strong Lincoln Academy
Yeah.
program down in Damascata.
Our Eagles program has always been a good one.
The Bulldogs soccer team graduated lost a lot in Benoit, not how do you think them?
Yeah. That's been that's a talented class you mentioned right there.
Yeah. Both on both sides.
Yes, it is. That's that. You got to do that too. You do exactly what Caitlin Frost did. If you have the opportunity, take it strong to the hole. You know, worst case scenario, you miss the shot. Best case scenario, you get to the line.
I have never seen such a versatile athlete of than Cooper Flag. And he was like, I wouldn't, the closest person I can compare him to in the conference is probably Jake Bell. Yeah, excuse me. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
maybe.
good comparison.
No, there is. I mean, you look at players, historic players in the state of Maine. I mean, he's
Jake Howard.
Howett, John Stovall, Ralph Mims, and Nick Canner Medley at Curie, who went to play at Maryland. But yeah, Cooper Flag is a generational talent.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The three.
Bunch of being by Peyton McDonald. What a great shot. Very aware of the time left. Knew she didn't have any time to really set anything up. They gave her the open shot. Sure, I'll take that. Buries it for three. Tremendous
had
shot by
the-
the sophomore.
The Tacoma State Championship game in Flag played, didn't you? Or
I did not. The state game, I was the year before I started. The Cooper Flag game I did get to call was the main event.
Yeah.
Last year when he was playing for Mount Vernon, he came back and played those two games at the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, and then over the Expo the next day. And I was fortunate enough to be down courtside to broadcast the game at the Civic Center or the Cross Insurance Arena. I still call it the Civic Center. That's what I grew up calling it. So
Yeah.
I have not made that switch yet. But yeah, that was a thrill. And to watch him dominate, you know, players, they were the best college prospects in the country. And he just, and that's what he's doing at Duke right now. He's the best player in the country.
he's no doubt going to be the first overall pick in the draft. Yeah.
That's the problem, unfortunately, is the Celtics be nowhere near that number one pick.
Yeah. No, oh, that would be so nice. If
Wouldn't it? I don't think whoever gets the number one pick in the lottery is going to trade, though. I think
No.
I'm taking Cooper. It'll work for moments to do here, but again, I think the focus,
down by
they're down by 19, but
Yeah.
the focus overall, I think, is going to be to make sure that they kind of play strong fundamental basketball. It might be too late for them to get back into it, but they want a strong finish.
Frost, guarded by Benoit. From Selesky. Lucy Graf. Marie Benoit.
That's what I'm talking about right there. The way they picked up that screen, that was very well done.
You haven't really heard too much from the moment coach down here, but just on that possession, he's been very talkative on on the sideline.
But one thing about it, it's about teaching and coaching. You know, when you're a game like this, you're looking to make your players better for experience. And you know, what we just saw was a very well done defensive play by his Mustangs, and you want to make sure they realize that. You don't want to focus on a score in a game like this. You want to focus on what you've done well, so you take it with you next for the next contest.
And the moment coaches have always been known for being very loud on the sidelines.
Yeah, loud is fine as long as you're constructive, and I think that's the case for both the coaches that are there right now for sure.
Way more
respect.
respectful.
I got a lot of respect for both Coach Dorosby and Coach Morrow. Of course, Coach Morrow and Dorosby, I have a lot of respect for too. I left my bulletin board behind at Monmouth Academy, and they put it in safekeeping for me, so you get it the next time I showed up in Mustang Land.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
Mixed man. I compare Coach Roder to Chris Rangel. That doesn't really say much on the court. Stands at the end of the box.
So that's what needs to be said, and that's all. Great shot. That was Kelleher again.
The second play of the game, there's only 6 points in this quarter of this game, actually. Benoit.
Oh,
Roll for 3. No.
well, you call your shot. Kind of stood there and
Just put down
admired
with
it.
it. Head to McDonald. McDonald, no. Defense by Gray. McDonald, near side, over to Keller. Chase, inside. Graham said, no way.
That's not a recipe for success going in against Jay Graham by herself. If Tori Tibbetts is there backing her up, going 1-on-2 like that, it's going to take a special kind of shot. And Chase tried her luck, got blocked, and then the person who blocked it, Jay Graham, helped her right back up. Again, the respect between these two teams is sky high.
I've not seen a more respectful girls team in the state when they're up by this much. I think if it was a different game, like down or closer than 22, it would be different.
It could be. I mean,
The competitiveness would be different.
yeah, it could certainly be. And again, you know, when Halldale took the game over in the second quarter, they they got out to such a lead that it would be difficult for them to come back. What I've liked about this Mustangs team, and I've seen them a lot this year, is they have this never say quit attitude, and they're going to keep fighting and fighting regardless of what the score's going to be. And they're working hard, and that's what you want to see again in a team that's got. You're looking at, all right, tonight may not be going our way, but we have other games to play. In fact, likely a prelim game at home next week. That's what you want to be ready for.
Against
Well,
who?
it's hard to say at this point, Duncan, because still a couple of games left. You know, games tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night rather. And I think maybe even Friday there could be some. I think the last playable day is either Friday or Saturday. I forget which. So the heel point should be final on Saturday night or Sunday, and then we'll know for sure. But just where Monmouth sits in the standing, I think it's more likely than not, regardless of the outcome tonight, their prelim game will be at Monmouth Academy Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Yes. Opponent.
They're sitting at what, the fifth seed?
They're sitting around 5-6.
5-6.
And if you're finishing, 6, 7, 8, you'll be playing a home prelim game. And I think that's where they're going to end up is in the 6, 7 spot, maybe the 8 spot. Either way, it's
Bulldogs haven't had a prelim game in a few years.
and they won't this year either.
No, they won't. Assuming the result stands.
Even if it doesn't, they will not play a prelim.
No, they won't.
There's that never say quit attitude I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Great work by Kelleher to just fight for the basketball.
Chase. Cross. Back to Chase. Bulldog can let Chase dribble through. So he did it. Burgess. Cross. Chase. Burgess. Burgess. Tried to get it across, knocked down the bounce, about to move the noise.
So that's your problem when your Burgess. You spin away from one player and Jay Graham. You spin right into another who might be even arguably better defensively in Tori Tippett.
It's a risky move putting Burgess in. I feel like she has 4 fouls.
I don't have much to lose at this point, Alex.
Yeah.
I think you give her the reps, let her try to practice playing with 4 fouls. I think it's a good decision to get her in there and see if you can stay in the game. You got to learn that discipline for big games will be coming later.
Burgess, no. You want to wait close to it.
And you watched her there too. She didn't get too aggressive following her shot too much. You want to follow the shot, but you don't want to pick up a foul. And he was very smart.
Mid-ground. Inside. Gets to go. Made right over Burgess.
Yeah.
48 to 24. 4:18 left here in the fourth quarter play. Here on Knott's Public Broadcasting Network. Keller tries another 3. No.
Got that off Lucy Gray's leg to keep possession for Mom of the Cat.
It's a smart move, especially
is.
down on the baseline.
I don't know if you can see that. It might be in our blind spot here. The one spot we can't get is that corner down to our right.
And what we need up here, and I don't, it's probably not in our budget, but it's like a camera that follows the ball. I know Spruce has that, and Spruce has been out. Spruce has had the same guy for who knows how long.
Well, that's Finley Sports. He's been broadcasting at Livermore Falls High School and Jay for a long time.
I think I'm here too.
He's gonna be here. Yep,
I've seen him here for middle school games
certainly.
and for high school games.
Oh yeah, Mr. Finley is the voice for Spruce Mountain basketball and football, and maybe more sports too. Eddie Bowden checking back in from Monmouth Academy. Gallagher with those 2 threes. Got a breather.
Chase. Tried to get it kicked by Tibbetts. Now with Benoit. Benoit. Cross clean behind her. Gets that communicated. Greg. Gets the foul called. That's Bowden's first. Yep, Bowden's first, I believe. Yep, Bowden's first. Very Mr. the third. Although boys close up the season tomorrow night at Monmouth Academy.
That'll be very interesting.
Oh, that's the game you and Jared Richmond have.
Yeah,
Matt.
be on WHOU.live tomorrow night.
You're doing tournament games, correct?
Yeah, the tournament games will be, it's the usual just the last couple of years. Quarterfinal rounds from the NFHS network, and the regional semis and finals switch over to the HLU. State finals will be on Channel 10 MCBN, just like they've been for the last million years.
Talking about state championship won by Hulda 2 years ago. That regional final, they were down by 18 at halftime.
Yeah.
Clawed back in the second quarter. Riley Chase misses that.
Is that the NYA game we were talking
Yeah,
about? Yeah,
yeah.
they played NYA in the regional finals, and boy, I think that's one that I think the Panthers probably had a hard time sleeping for weeks because they had that 18-point lead, and they kept shooting threes and weren't falling. And they just never went away from that and kind of gave Halldale the way back.
American Connor, the junior that year, had 19 off the bench.
Yep.
For the Bulldogs.
That was a great defensive play by Aston Bowden there down low on the baseline too to prevent that entry pass.
KK Wills had, if I remember correctly, had 2 straight threes from 20.5. Then to get the Bulldogs down by 12.
Jake Graham down the low post. Yeah, I don't know how players drop it.
On Nora Labonte end. It's a game. Assisted number 11, Ashton Bowden.
Yeah, very alert play by Lamarni, the sophomore, to find her teammate.
Yeah.
Prepping the baseline.
Right. Tibbetts. No, he shoots 3. This is that. Rebound by Frost. Frost was Armaldi over there.
Oh,
Armaldi shoots it.
Carries the 3. Referee will take a quick time out here. Let the subs come in the game, too. Let's go round of applause for the seniors.
A standing ovation. Looks like they will go out with a victory here at home.
There's one starter staying in the game now, and that is Sierra Gibbons to handle the basketball.
Yeah. Only a junior, 2 sophomores,
Yep.
and 2 freshmen. This is the lineup for the Bulldogs. Labonta, guard by Russell. Labonta, no. Number 30.
Kobe Sherwood. She was just added to the roster tonight.
I saw the bookkeeper from Tokyo. Wasn't sure what he was talking about. But that must have been it.
That was it.
Bowden to Parody. To Colby.
Sherwood. Oh. She was in the JV team and was brought up tonight, so congratulations to her.
Antigua guards Arnoldi. Everything get from the book of first well. There's not really where you want to get in the book tonight. But
Fouls really immaterial right now. It's only the first on Halldale. Monmouth only with 2 in the quarter. 43 seconds left. The bonus isn't going to matter.
right.
Maybe we have Badger in the game now, number 25 as well.
Not sure what. Labonte tried to get it to number 1. Parody. Sherwood tried to the corner. Gets it to number 23. Amoldi goes to line for 2. Fouls on number. Let's see, who's that off?
Gabby Russell, I think.
Terry. First.
Armandi just a freshman. Alexis Bickford in now, 33.
It's his first year playing basketball by the sounds of it. So, in another late addition to the Bulldog roster, too.
One more possession probably for Halldale here.
Yeah. There. And it sets something up. Knocked out of bounds by number 23, Armaldi, a freshman. Like you say, Rob. Had no points in the victory over Mareticook the other night. Merch. Trying to find somebody. Sophomore freshman in the game for the Bulldogs. Merch. At the buzzer! Way to end the season for Sophia Merch. Now we should probably go through some key points for the Mustangs and the Bulldogs.
I think Monmouth Academy, they had a great start to this game, had a lead after 1 quarter, but Halldale, I think that athleticism just took over. I think Monmouth Academy played a very respectable game, and I have to give them high praise for the effort and the battle. But when Jade Graham, Tori Tibbetts bring their A game, Halldale's just a hard team to stop. And the number 1 seed in Class C South for a reason. I think a good part of the night.
In the MBC.
And the MVC as well. Although Spruce Mountain.
Spruce is in the MBC.
Yeah, but in Class C South, Halldale was the top seed. And I think they showed in large part why that was the case tonight.
So the next game for the Bulldogs, I won't have this game, but I don't know if it will be streamed, actually.
Which one?
The MVC game?
Yeah, the MVC game usually isn't. That'll be at 12:30, you said, on Saturday. So unless someone kind of streams that, maybe the RC stream, you might see that happen. But the next time the Bulldogs game will be streamed will be most likely 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 18th, the C-South quarterfinals. Who they'll play is still yet to be determined, but that'll be the 1-8 matchup, as Halldale should, with this win tonight. I don't think they'd be caught as far as the first seed is concerned.
So till next sports season, I'll have a bunch of basketball and softball and baseball. It is Duncan Knott and Rob Kennedy saying, I'm saying so long from Farmingdale here on Knott's Public Broadcasting